I owe you an apology. 2 weeks ago, I talked to you about the vision for IUP's future, IUP Next Gen, a student-centered IUP. I chose to share with you the information that was available at that time, incomplete though it was, telling you about merging two colleges and focusing on key programmatic areas while still making sure IUP students received a sound grounding in the arts, humanities, and sciences to help them be successful throughout their lives. There were many gaps in what I shared because a lot of things just hadn't been figured out at that point. Those gaps and the resulting speculation and misinformation added stress and anxiety to many of your lives. In this time of pandemic, none of us need more stress. I apologize for adding that to your plate when you should be focused on classes, on staying healthy, on voting, on advancing anti-racism, and on commemorating the second anniversary of the Tree of Life shootings, on combating anti-Semitism and ending hate. There is a silver lining to the cloud of anxiety and missing information. Your reaction shows how much each of you, students, alumni, faculty, and staff, care about the great university we share. Your stories, your passion, and your creativity are remarkable, informative, and touching. Thank you for caring so much about IUP. I've reviewed everything you have sent to me, and I'm sorry that I've not been able to respond individually. I want to focus on our current and potential students and give you the additional information you need. For almost all of you, your academic program will still be here at IUP. Some departments and programs will move to a different college, but they'll still be here for you. A few programs or program options may merge with other programs, but they'll still be here for you. A very, very small number of IUP's academic programs, a handful at most, will end at the end of this academic year, but we will work with the few of you who are affected to make sure you can complete your degree. Later today, the Academic Restructuring Plan webpage will have a list of academic programs and their status. If, after reviewing this information, you still have questions, please work with your dean or department chair. A draft white paper providing more details about IUP Next Gen will also be released as the starting point for broad discussion and refinement with the IUP community. Some of the details will certainly change as we work together in the weeks and months ahead, but the white paper defines much of what we must do. All universities, IUP included, must constantly review and change their suite of academic programs and other operations to keep them current, to meet student needs, and to meet society's needs. It is fair to ask, why so many changes and why now? Plain and simple, if we act now to define IUP's future, we can determine our destiny and thrive in spite of the very difficult reality we face. If we do not act now, IUP's future will be determined by circumstances and by others. IUP's reality is challenging and requires very difficult decisions to be made if the university is to continue and thrive. In the last 10 years, IUP's enrollment has fallen by about 1/3 from over 15,000 students to just over 10,000. This is due in great part to the shrinking number of high school graduates in IUP's home markets, the decline of international students, little progress in increasing student retention and persistence, in spite of tremendous efforts, and the necessity of passing more costs on to our students to meet our budgetary needs. While the Commonwealth has made increases in appropriation to support IUP, they do not make up the difference from significant cuts made about 10 years ago. This year, after already reducing the number of faculty by about 50, and with the planned reduction of about 80 non-faculty employees and cutting operating budgets in half, IUP's projected financial shortfall is about $16 million. To put that in perspective, IUP received about $56 million in state appropriations and about $87 million from tuition revenues this year. If the state were to plug the budget gap, it would need to increase IUP's appropriation by $16 million, or 29%. If we hope for additional tuition to fill the gap, we'd either need another 1,900 students, or we'd need to raise tuition for all students by about 18%. None of those methods for filling this year's gaps are likely to come to pass, and we just cannot pass on this shortfall to our students and their families. If we don't take additional steps, IUP will be in a worse situation next year and beyond. At this year's rate, IUP will exhaust its modest reserves and be insolvent within 4 years. As painful as it is, we must act now to further reduce expenses, to bring them in line with our revenue and our enrollment. That's why you are hearing about reducing the number of faculty via the process of retrenchment. And while it's not as visible, we are also planning on the reduction of another 80 non-faculty employees next year. Making these decisions is the most difficult thing IUP and I have ever had to do. But if we don't act now, IUP will continue to decline and will have no future. By taking action, some of it very difficult, we can stop the descent and set the stage for a stronger, more vital IUP of the future, one that honors IUP's strong tradition of educating and challenging students to be more than they ever imagined they could be. Thank you for how much you care for this great university. Please stay engaged in building its future.